Welcome back to Esoteric GOM. My name is John, and tonight we're going to be talking about the Gallery of Magick's most popular book, so they say, Sigils of Power and Transformation. I've had this book for just a couple weeks, but it was one of the first books that I got from the Gallery of Magick. I ended up giving a copy away, and then I just now picked it up. And I gotta say, it's definitely has a lot to offer. And if you don't know what sigils are, here you can see my impressive collection of sigils. There's a lot of ways of doing it, but it's basically a symbol that is imbued and charged with an intent. So as you can see, theirs look a little bit like this. There's lots of different ways to do it. You can do it with a rose cross, you can do it with a witch's wheel, you can just kind of design it. But I really like sigils. They're effective. There's tons of ways you can charge them. It's kind of a form of chaos magic, but so effective. All you really need is a pen, pencil, a paper, and an intention, a statement. So I'll kind of go more into how I create sigils in another video, but I was going through this book and I just started doing the rituals again. And there's a couple things that I think are very, very valuable. The first one being that if you're new to magic, if you are just starting out and maybe you're a little bit wary of working with spirits, or you don't know who to call, there's no spirits that are called or invoked or evoked or worked with in these sigils. It's using the creative energy of the universe, your own creative energy. So very, very safe, very, very easy for beginners, and very, very useful. I can't really say that enough. It's one of the most useful forms of magic. It's very easy, and there's a ton of ways you can get creative with doing it. So I was going through this book, and this book has 111 sigils, just about anything that you could possibly imagine. So they divide it into certain categories: the magic of the mind, inspiring others, extended perception, fortune, love and relationships, breakthrough magic, spiritual magic, personal strength, peace magic, protection magic, personal healing, health magic, wisdom and education, business and finance, and employment magic. So if you have a desire, if you have something that you want to accomplish, something that you want to change, there's a good bet that they have developed a sigil around that you can work with. And again, it's pretty rudimentary and fundamental, but there's a ton of stuff in there, and it's all good. You know, there's nothing bad, nothing harmful. It has a very light, good feel to it. So I highly recommend it. It is their most popular books, and you can see why. So yeah, their process too is what I'd really like to talk about tonight. So they have a very, very interesting sigil activation process, and we've kind of touched on this before. Hello, Spirit. This is my puppy. She's coming to say hi. Hello, sweetheart. Yes, I love you. She's awesome. There's a lot of different ways. Like I said, you can charge, you can activate the sigils. Their process is a 4-step process, and I think that this is one of the most valuable techniques that I've learned in a while. And you can do this with the sigils in the book if you're going to get the book, or you can do it with your own homemade sigils. And it kind of walks you through a very complex technique, makes it very, very simple and user-friendly. So first step, you have a desire. You have something that you want. And as you're looking at the sigil, you're kind of looking through it. You're almost like it's on a glass pane. You're kind of looking through it, looking beyond it. And what they have you do is to allow yourself to feel the desire, whatever it is you want to change. Sometimes discomfort, sometimes you have negative emotions attached to that desire, such as lack. Whatever it is, you allow yourself to really sit in what is it that you want to change. Why do you want to change it? Feel the opposite of it. If it's something you want financial abundance, really sit and ruminate in the feeling of lack or not enough, whatever it takes to kind of let that desire flow to the surface, experience it, allow it to take you over for a few minutes. That's the first step, desire. When you feel like you have a good level of desire, which could just take a moment, it could take a minute, whatever it is for you, the next step is you're going to look at the perimeter of the sigil, just the outside perimeter, and you're going to make a decision. You're going to decide, this is not going to happen anymore. I am going to be living this way. I'm going to have this. And that is such a crucial point of manifesting, is deciding that it's going to be different, deciding you're going to get what you want, deciding you're going to get rid of what you don't want. So that moment's very, very powerful. And a lot of other techniques kind of miss it. I think it's one of the most game-changing techniques. So we have desire, allowing yourself to feel what it is that you want, feel the lack of what it is that you want, really experience the different times of why you want it. What is driving you to have this desire? Where does it come from? How does it feel? Decide that this is going to be different from here on out. I am making a decision, and that is so powerful. The third step is you're going to kind of look at the lines within the sigil, so the actual sigil itself, and you're going to allow yourself to feel relief. Oh, I got what I wanted. Oh, it feels so good. Imagine that you have whatever it is that you want. Imagine it just happened to you. It's happening to you now. Allow that relief, that comfort, that joy, that happiness, whatever those emotions are, as if you had accomplished what you wanted to accomplish, or you have what you want, or you got rid of what you don't want. So we have desire, decision, and relief. So the last step we've kind of talked about briefly. It is a form of mental magic where you're playing with time. So the way that they have you do it is, now you look at the whole sigil and just kind of keep your gaze soft. You're gonna jump in your mind, in your imagination, to 10 years at least ahead, and look back on this moment, realizing how wonderful it was that everything worked out, how effortless and easy it was for you to get what it is that you desired. And that one is a little bit trickier for me, because you're like, I'm 10 years in the future. Okay, I'm looking back at this moment. But once you get it, and once it clicks, and you can experience yourself in 10 years in the future, looking back at this moment, being very grateful that you did this, that this is the moment that everything changed for you, everything started to happen the way that you wanted. Once you get that and you click, that's it. So 4-step process: desire, decision, relief, 10 years in the future, looking back at this moment. I'm so happy that I picked up this book again and was reminded of this process. I'm going to use it with my personal sigils that I make, the ones that I have. I think it's once you take yourself through this process, you can start doing it in situations where you don't even have a sigil. So that's kind of what I wanted to hop on and talk about. Another super cool thing I like about this book is the recommended number of days you're supposed to do the ritual is 3. And I think that's so cool. That works for me. 3 days doing the same ritual, fantastic. You may have one day where you're not feeling it too well. You do it 3 consecutive days in a row. For me, it's the perfect length to be doing a ritual. You feel like you actually have some meat, and you did it repetitively, but you don't get so 20 repetitions in where you're kind of not all focused, or you're kind of losing the ability to really concentrate. So I love the fact that they have you do it 3 days in a row. I think that's perfect. It is just enough to really feel like you put your intention into a solid form, but also not too much that you kind of you're like, what is this for? I'm doing this ritual for 20 days. So yeah, I love that. It's a breath of fresh air, especially because previously I would do rituals once, you know, like you want something to do a ritual, boom. And that just, it feels like there's something more that can be added to that. I've also done rituals that you're doing it for 33 days, or 20 days or 16 days. Those are good too, if you really have a strong desire for what you're asking for. If that desire is enough to go a month, 2 months, a year, because it's something that you really want, then that desire will kind of carry you through that, just like I'm doing with Success Magic. So Success Magic is, it's a year-long ritual, although it's broken up into 49 7-day rituals, but I really love the 3-day ritual. I love it. It's got kind of got a beginning, a middle, and an end, and I love the number 3 anyway. I won't get into that. I really just wanted to hop on and kind of share my experience with the book. I'm a big fan of Gallery of Magick, as you can tell. I think their magic is practical, it's safe, it's useful, it works. So Sigils of Power and Transformation by Adam Blackthorne. I'm going to be doing a review of his newest book, Secret Angel Magic, here in the near future. But yeah, easy, effective, has something for everyone. In the process in here, I think they really nailed it. So it's February 29th. It is, it's almost midnight, so I'm gonna get some sleep. But thank you for sticking around. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting. I appreciate everyone who watches my videos, and I'll talk to you soon.